As a beginning sewist, the one thing that you must master early on is the ability to sew in a straight line. As with anything, practice makes perfect. If you find that you yourself have issues with sewing in a straight line, I'm going to show you 2 simple tips that can help you master it. One little tool that you can use is called a magnetic seam guide. Basically, the magnetic seam guide can attach to your needle plate in a position that you need it, either 1/4, 3/8, 5/8, and so on. This example, I'm going to place it right up against my presser foot. I'm going to place my fabric. Bring lower the presser foot. Now when sewing, you want to make sure that you're not watching the needle, but instead you're making sure that your fabric is flush against the magnetic seam guide. You want to make sure that you start off pretty slow until you get the hang of being able to sew in a straight line. Right? So start some stitches, then we're going to reverse to lock the stitch, and then continue to go forward. As you can see, I'm watching here to the right, making sure that it's flush up against the seam guide. Do some reverse stitch to lock it. Move forward, right? So using a magnetic seam guide is one tool in which you can use if you have issues with sewing in a straight line. Another tip for you is you can take a piece of fabric and draw some straight lines on it and use that as your guide to practice drawing in straight lines. So you can have vertical lines, or you can also have diagonal lines. So what you want to do is place the fabric under your presser foot. You want to bring down your needle, making sure it's over your line, right? Lower your presser foot, and again, you do not want to watch the needle. You want to watch to make sure that your line is between the opening of your presser foot. And again, you want to make sure you go as slow as you can. Reverse stitch to lock it, and then slowly go through, and you want to look at the line, make sure it's straight between the opening of your presser foot. Then go backwards to lock the stitch and go forward. So again, those are 2 easy tips that you can use. You can either have fabric with lines on it, some straight lines and some diagonal lines to sew some straight stitches, or you can use a magnetic seam guide and place it on your needle plate to help you to guide your fabric and to keep it straight. If you find these tips helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe. If you don't have a magnetic seam guide in your arsenal, there's a link below for where you can go and purchase one.